Good morning. We will start very soon. Thank you very much for coming. And can everybody see the mat? Just let me know. Oh, wait, I need to. Hopefully that's better. Hi, Bob. Good morning. All right. Okay. Just want to see if it's centered. All right. I think you're the first one here, Bob. How's my volume? Can you hear me okay? Just send a thumbs up if it's all good, or text. Well, it could be. I did my practice at 6 a.m. So who knows? I didn't go live at that point though, but we'll see. It's all good. Okay. So do you think you'll come to the satsang and kirtan afterwards as well, Bob? It starts at 5, and if you're able to make it, that would be cool. If not, no worries. This will all be live. This will all be recorded anyways, and it'll go to my YouTube channel. So whoever can't make it now can always access it later. So we'll wait a couple more minutes, and then I'll just begin. Okay. So let's hope we get a good turnout. Okay. Oh wow, Jai Utal's coming, or is doing the live stream. Very cool. Yeah, I get you. Hi Maria, good to see you. Okay, you know what? I think we're going to begin, and whoever wants to join can join. All right, so let's start the practice without further ado. Thank you for coming, by the way. Just start seated tall and straight, close the eyes, bring the attention inward. Nothing to do, nothing to seek. Everything you need is already within. Let's begin begin with the sound of Om 3 times. Imagine the sound breaking through all the diseased cells, and whether they be in your body or someone else's. Because imagine the Om as being a healing power directed to all those areas and to all those people who need relief from the pain and suffering. 3 times. Fix your mind on God alone. Rest your mind in God alone. And in God you will live hereafter. Of this there is no doubt. May all beings everywhere be happy and free from suffering, and enjoy this practice through our senses and be nourished through our bodies. I'll begin now by chanting the mantra for purification. And it purifies the psychic channels, receptors that are within the body, as well as all the impurities that are outside in this space, floating around in this space. So if you know it, you can chant along. If not, then just listen to the sounds and just know that the purification process is taking place. Om pavitraha pavitra sawa vashtanga topiwa yaha smarit pandrikaksham sabahya bihantraha sji. So now we're going to move on to some techniques, sound yoga, and what this does is it helps to augment your aura. Your aura can be thought of this big bubble that surrounds you and protects you from the negative energy coming in, whether it's intentional or unintentional from other sources. So as we make this sound, what I want you to do is to concentrate on the area that I indicate and picture the color along with the sound. And if you know somebody, including yourself, who has problems in that area, you can imagine the sound coming, bringing healing to that part of the body. So let's begin. We start at the bottom, lower chakras, the bottom 3, the root to the base of the spine, and just above it, the navel and the sacral area. So close your eyes and picture that area. Picture the color red as well. And the sound is ah. So we're just going to exhale to that sound until you run out of breath. Breathe in. Focus now on the heart. The color is green, and the sound is you. We take a higher pitch this time. Inhale. You. Next, we go to the base of the throat. The color is blue. The sound is so. Inhale. We now move our attention to the space between the eyebrows, the sinus region. The color is another shade of blue, and picture the sound is E, so big wide smile type. So you exhale to that sound. Breathe in. middle of the space between the eyebrows, right to the middle of the brain. The sound is sun. We focus mostly on the end sound, the last part of the sound, and the vibrations are what helps dislodge the impurities and bring them into the bloodstream to be carried out eventually. Picture the color indigo, dark blue, purplish color. Inhale. Sun. And finally we go to the crown, the head, which is violet, and the sound is thumb. Concentrate once again on the last portion of the sound, the M sound. Inhale. Thumb. Just as a note, that sound, those last two are really good for especially the elderly. Also, if you have students who are more of that age group, and what helps is to promote mental sharpness. So now let's do a couple rounds of Kapalabhati. So if you don't know the technique, you're just exhaling forcibly, working the diaphragm. So imagine you're trying to throw the belly button against the front of the spine. It's at a frequency of about 1 exhale per second. Don't worry about the inhale. Just allow it to come naturally, and just really work on the exhale, forcible action. And what this does is it oxygenates the blood, and it helps expel toxins from the lungs. Sitting up tall and straight. Bring the hands like so in Chin Mudra, rest them on the knees. And so we take a breath partially in, and begin. Exhale completely, empty the lungs. Breathe in deeply. Can hold the breath. Contract the root muscles, pull them up towards the navel, and bring the chin on the chest. Concentrate on the space between your eyebrows. Maintain the tension in the throat area and the root. Keep holding the breath. Keep your attention at the space between the eyebrows to draw all the vital force there. Exhale, slowly release the locks, the tension. Inhale from the solar plexus to the crown. Visualize the breath moving up. Exhale, back down to the solar plexus. Inhale again, solar plexus to the crown. Exhale, back down to the solar plexus. From the base of spine, inhale all the way up to the crown. Hold the breath again. Be mindful of any limitations or any restrictions that you have that are contraindicated for holding a breath. Keep your attention at the space in the eyebrows. Exhale now. Slowly release the tension. Inhale again from the solar plexus to the crown. Exhale back down to the solar plexus. Inhale again, solar plexus to the crown. Exhale back down to the solar plexus. From the base of spine, inhale all the way to the crown. Now hold the breath, apply the lock at the root and the throat area. The tongue just behind the teeth to the upper palate. Slowly exhale, release the tension. Breathe normally for a couple of cycles. We'll do another round of this. We're going to now inhale part way and begin when you're ready. Keep going. Imagine the action of a hammer hitting a drum. Empty your lungs on the next exhale. Take a deep breath in. Holding a breath now. Attention at the third eye, throat and root lock. Keep the chest high, the chin right against it, tongue to the upper palate. Slowly exhale, try not to do so in a big explosion. Allow the breath to gradually leave. Softly. Soften all the locks. From the solar plexus to the crown, inhale. Exhale back down to the solar plexus. Again, solar plexus to the crown. Back down to the solar plexus. From the base of spine, inhale all the way to the crown. Holding a breath again. All the locks as usual applied, and the attention at the space between the eyebrows. Keep your attention there. Slowly allow the breath to drain out. Soften. Okay, so let's come to standing. We'll do some more visualization techniques to go with the breathing. It's called first breathing for charged breathing. So imagine you're bringing the earth's energy into the body to charge it up. Bring your feet about 10 inches apart, arms up high with the palms facing in. Arms look like a V. As I count to 8, we're breathing from the soles of your feet all the way up through the body to the fingertips. We hold the breath and the attention at the fingertips for a count of 6. On the count of 8, we exhale all the way back down to the feet. Feel as though the body were being fully charged. Inhale, bring energy up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Holding at the fingertips, the attention there. Exhale all the way back down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale again, all the way up to the fingertips. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Holding a breath and the attention there at the fingertips. 4, 5, 6. All the way back down. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last time. Bring the energy up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Holding at the fingertips. Exhale all the way back down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bring the arms down. Next, breathing for inner healing, especially relevant in this time. It could be any sort of to heal the mental, physical, or emotional sense. The arms now in front with the wrists level with the shoulders, the fingers just drooping down, so the hand looks like a tap. As I count to 8, you're breathing from the heart up to the crown. Imagine healing energy going up here, holding the breath and the attention at the crown. Exhale out through the arms. Imagine all the impurities and the illnesses draining out with the breath. Inhale, heart to the crown. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Holding the attention and the breath at the crown. 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale out through the arms. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Once again, heart to the crown. Breathe in. Holding at the crown. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale out through the arms. Take all the impurities out with it. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last time, heart to the crown. Breathe in. 5, 6, 7, 8. Holding at the crown. Exhale up through the arms. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bring the arms down now. We continue some exercises to prepare the body for practice. These are simple exercises, but we just try to wake up the body a little bit. So through the practice according to your condition, move in a way that doesn't bring distress or restlessness to the mind. Always trying to keep the mind in a calm temperament. So now let's begin with some head circles. Shoulders down away from the ears. Move the head around. Try to see if you can touch your ears to the shoulders without lifting up the shoulders. And then circle the other direction. Feels as though the head very heavy, dropping forward as it comes across the chest, dropping back. Good. Shoulders, rolling them backwards to begin. Try to exaggerate the motion and just feel the opening in the chest and the upper back. And then amplify the effect by bringing the arms into the movement. Just try to visualize the shoulder blades as the wings of the heart. Exercise them to the fullest extent. And now, forward roll. Lose yourself in the sensations. And now bring the arms into the movement. Open up and dive forward. Move gracefully and fluidly in a way that allows the breath to stay constant and steady. Good. Now reach the left arm up. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend to the right. Inhale, coming back up. Try to keep the right side of the body free of wrinkles as you lean. Inhale, come up. Feel the ribs and the hips pushing out to the left. Inhale, come up. Exhale again. Last time, inhale, come up. This time, hold the breath as you come into lean and try to go a little bit deeper. Lift the right side of the body up. Again, keep the right side body smooth, with no wrinkles in the side body. Exhale, come back. Reach the right arm up, go to the other side. Inhale, come up. And bend, like grass blowing in the wind. Inhale, come up. Exhale, bend. Inhale, rise. Stay long through the side body. Exhale, bend. One last time. Inhale, come up. This time, hold the breath. See if you can go a little bit deeper still. And exhale, return. Good. Cross your arms across the chest. Fill them back. Alternate the cross each time. arms back with the exhale. Now, bring the arms up, overhead, roll the body down on the exhale. Two more. Last one, just stay dangling. Allow the body to just stop shaking. And then start to roll your way up. Leading with the upper back, keeping the head heavy. And then once again coming to an upright position. From here, feet again wide apart, about a little bit wider in the hips, and then just start to push from side to side. Allow the arms to just hit the body any which way. And then start to move it around a little bit faster. Try to move as fast as you can, shake it up. And then start to slow it down again. And eventually come into stillness. So now we're going to continue with the practice. Move to the front of the mat. Bring the hands together at the heart center. Close the eyes. Come back to the intention of making the practice an offering. This is a transformative force. Do the practice as though it were your divine duty to bring the benefits, to transmit all that you feel through your own experience to all beings, especially those who are in pain, who are suffering. So let's move together to stay in that collective mind. Shiva Namaskar. Reach the arms up over the head. Pull down over the legs. Bend your knees if you need to, so you can bring your chest on your thighs and your hands flat on the ground. Right foot steps back into a lunge. Lower the knee down, drop down through the hips. Come into high plank. Now we go down, knees, chest, and chin. Keep your elbows close to the body, chest between the hands. Pull with your hands and drag the body through into cobra. You don't have to come up too high if you're not quite ready yet. Roll over your toes back into downward facing dog. Right foot steps to the hands. It doesn't come there easily. Lower the back knee. Take the right hand and slide the foot between the hands. Bring the left foot forward to meet the front foot. Bow down over the legs. Head down. Come all the way up. Stretch up high. Hands back to the heart. Left side the same way. Reach the arms up. Stretch the whole front of the body. Come forward and down onto the hands on the ground. Left foot back into a lunge. Modify according to your condition. Take the feet back together in plank. Lower knees, chest, and chin. Glide forward into your cobra. Shoulders back and down. Roll over the toes. Downward facing dog. Head low. Left foot forward between the hands. Back foot comes in. Bow down. Over the legs. Come all the way up. Hands back to the heart. Imagine your own body moving in your mind. Watch it moving gracefully, and chances are the body will move as you see it in your mind. Right foot back into your lunge. Lower down through the seat. Head up into the plank. Down, knees, chest, and chin. Glide forward into your cobra. Back into downward facing dog. Lift the seat up and back. Right foot now moves between the hands. Drop down through the seat. Feet together. Uttanasana. Forward fold. Come all the way up to standing. Return home. Left side. Reach up. Press the hips forward. Keep the lower back long. Look for your wrinkles. Fold down over the legs. Left foot back into a lunge. Into the plank. Keep moving according to your condition. Knees, chest, and chin down. Glide forward. Head back. Roll over the toes, downward facing dog. Left foot steps forward to the hands. Feet together. fold the body down over the legs like you're bowing. Come all the way up, standing salute. Feel as though you're making an offering of yourself. Hands back to the heart. And again, reach up. Go down. Don't worry about the breath, just moving away. And breathe in a way that allows the body to move freely and fluidly. Knees, chest, and chin down. Glide forward into the cobra. And back. All the while, the mind stays always in the same calm state. Right foot between the hands. So whether you're doing a physical or emotional or mental experience, the mind doesn't change. You're just a witness watching all of it. Return the hands to the heart. Left side. Come down. Gracefully. Bow down over the legs. Left foot back. Drop the knee. Into the plank. Lower knees, chest, and chin. Glide forward. And take it back into downward facing dog. Left foot steps forward to the hands. Back foot follows. Come all the way up. Hands back to the heart. Again, keep moving. Keep watching like you're the witness. No matter what the experience, you're moving through, you're passing through the experiences with just the gratitude of gaining knowledge from it and not clinging to any of the discomforts or the experiences associated with it. Right foot forward, back foot follows. Come in, close the body down on the legs. Come all the way up. Return home. Let's one last one. Heart open as you lift the arms up. Fold down. Zone humbleness like you're bowing. Left foot back. Into the plank. Down we go, knees, chest, and chin. Pull with your hands. Come through between the hands. Lose yourself in the sensations. Downward facing dog. Left foot steps forward. Quietly landing the foot, then forward fold. Come all the way up to standing. Bring the hands back to the heart. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Remove all expectations and all attachments to the results. Good. Release the arms. Hinge forward. Bend the knees. You can bring your chest right onto your thighs. Hug your body to your legs by taking hold of the opposite elbows. Now really push your chest into your thighs. Imagine trying to get your chest past the knees. And then use the body to push the legs further back. If you're very flexible, the legs might straighten all the way. Tilt the seat up a little bit. And if you're more flexible, see if you can slide the arms down the backs of the legs towards the floor and bury your nose between the shins. If your body starts to detach from the thighs, keep your knees bent so you can keep your belly and chest pushing into the legs. Good. Bring the hands down to the ground from the feet. Step back into your plank. Lower down onto the belly. Flatten out the toes. Inhale, rise up halfway. Slide your toes further back. And then slide your arms forward, elbows underneath the shoulders. Now push down through the hips, through the lower legs and the forearms. Anchor down as though you're being encased by stone. And then bring the shoulders back, chest forward. Sphinx pose. Chin level with the ground. Keep your gaze completely steady. Keep their body completely still like a statue's. Concentrate on heaviness in the lower part of the body. Steadiness. Now push into the hands. Lift the elbows up off the mat. Start to curve the spine a little bit more. Try to make a C shape with your back. If this is good and you want to walk your hands closer, come up higher. Slide your hands in. Come up a little bit higher. And just keep assessing and going a little bit deeper with each pass, if you like, according to your condition. If If you're ready, you can have your hands right beside your hips. Keep your hips on the ground, but allow your body to come up higher. Legs together like the tail of a snake. Good. One more breath. Push into the hands. Get a little bit more lift without raising the shoulders up the jam, up the neck. Tuck the chin in, bend the toes under, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale, fall through the heart. Just bounce a little bit through the chest, trying to get the chest to come towards the ground. Top of the head, if you're flexible, can rest on the ground. Couple more breaths here. Pull the seat back, pull the tail under. Full extension of the arms. Exhale again. Soften the line in the back like a hammock, a resting hammock. Now raise the left leg up. Open up the hip. Try to get your left hip over the right and bend the knee. Bring heel towards the seat. Allow the foot to fall towards the right. Inhale, push into your hands. Get more extension in the side body. Exhale, open up. Look underneath the left arm. And now bring it back. Extend the leg again. Close the hip. Look between the hands. In a soft and graceful gesture, bring the knee in towards the body and place the foot down quietly between the hands. Lower the back knee down, flatten out the toes. Inhale, come upright. Exhale, drop the seat all the way forward. Allow your hands to just trace the bottom of the rib basket so the thumbs find one another's spine and drag your hands down onto your seat. Push up the fingertips, pull down with the heels of your palms. Inhale. Lift up through the chest, exhale. Drop the head back if you feel comfortable. And lower again down through the seat. If you like, if your hips are low, you can bring your fingertips down to the ground. Those who have more flexibility, you can bring the right foot up. See if the foot will make its way to the head. Allow the head to rest in the foot. And then bring the foot back down, lift the body back upright. From here, we're taking the arms up. If you need to, keep your hands apart. If you can join them together, Kali Mudra, index fingers together. Just rock your shoulders back and forth, up and down. Pull the arms up, right beside the head. Take them back behind the ears if you can, and then drop the shoulders down. Drop the seat again, crescent moon. Picture a crescent moon in your mind and try to make the shape with your body. Eventually, maybe your fingertips will go over the back toe. Lift through the heart, come back up. Press into the front knee and come upright again. Move the left foot in underneath the left knee, the front legs at right angle. Open up to this side. Arms out. Virabhadrasana, easy version, but it doesn't mean you slack off. So take your arms out nice and long. Look over the front hand, steady gaze, steady pose. And now, Sukha Trikonasana. Keep the arms extended, left hand down, the right arm up. Pull the right shoulder back. If you want to go into bind, slide your shoulder in a little bit, go down low so that you can take most of the arm underneath the leg. Right arm goes over the back and you join the hands behind the left thigh. Just beside the seat. Pull the right shoulder back. If you need to, you just stay in the previous pose with your arms extended. Option here, Paschimottanasana. Lean forward the front foot, bend the toes under the back foot so you lift the knee up off the ground. Pull the shoulder back. Again, you don't have to stay in a bind. The extended version looks like this. Your left hand on the ground, the right arm over the head. If you need to come up higher, you bring your forearm to rest on the left thigh. Good. Inhale, reach. Straight line from the foot to the head. Exhale, pull the right shoulder back. Look over, look to the ceiling. From here, look forward. Hips and shoulders forward, hand back down to the ground, right knee down. Left foot in again. Right arm up. Inhale, reach. Exhale. Different variations for the twist. Left hand on the outside, right hand on the outside of the left knee. Other hand on the seat and look over your left shoulder, turning. Or if you want to go deeper, take a dive down with the right elbow to the outside of the thigh. Joins together, join the heart hands together and push left hand into right. Try to get your body lift up higher than the thigh. Then you start to pull the left shoulder back, looking at the sky. If you know other variations, advanced practitioners, you may. If you want to take a bind with hips back, left arm goes over your back, bind underneath the legs. If you want to take the knee off the ground, go ahead. Press the knee away from the ground, push back through that left heel. Again, try to get as much rotation as possible. From here, lower the back knee down. Graceful transition back into Sukha Virabhadrasana. Now take your hands behind the back, join them together, inhale, lift through the chest, bring the head back. Exhale, humble warrior, easy version. Pull the hips back, go to the right so that your shoulder doesn't drop down or hit the knee on the way down. Allow the shoulder to come on the inside of the foot. Try to aim at getting the top of the forehead down to the ground beside the foot. Pull the seat back. Inhale again, extend through the top of the head. Exhale. Go deeper. Inhale, come up halfway. Bring your hands down onto the ground on the inside of the left foot. Move the left foot out a little bit so the foot and the knee stay in the same line. Bend the toes under and just start to rock back and forth, pushing out through the heel. Getting the hips to lower with each pass. If your shoulders are below the knee, you can bring the right forearm down, maybe the left forearm as well. And then lower the knee down, flatten out the toe. Again, get the sensation very heavy through the hips and the lower body. Keep on pulling your chest forward and see if you can descend even more. If you're more flexible, try to bring your chest right on the ground. Left arm can come on the outside of the foot. Those of you who know other variations, go ahead. I like to do a wrap sometimes. You wrap the arm around and then slip it underneath the leg and in between your leg and your body, and you bind your hands over the back. One more breath, reach out and release. Come back onto the hands, step back, knees together, lower the seat on the heels. Take a deep breath in, exhale, release all the tension. Like a snake creeping through the grass, crawl your way forward into your cobra. The secret to finding steadiness in the pose is to really tap into the divine qualities of the form that you're representing. Just picture yourself in the body of the snake, try to take on all its characteristics. Back into downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out, soften through the heart. Vasisthasana. Slide the left hand to the right, keep your hips high like you're doing a sideways downward dog. Spin your toes now towards the long edge in the back corner of the mat and raise the right arm up. Make sure you don't collapse into your shoulder. Keep the left arm strong. If you need to, lower down on the shin or alternatively lower down on the forearm if it's your wrist. If you're feeling strong, lift the right leg up, float like a starfish or make like a starfish. Back down into downward facing dog. Take a breath in between, going to the other side. Breathe in, breathe out. And then move to the other side. Keep watching your body moving gracefully. Spin towards the long edge of the mat. Keep your hips high, your hips forward. And then go into the pose. Explore your variation. of lifting the left leg up. Charge everything. Feel vibrant. And back down into downward facing dog. Lower the forearms down onto the ground. Lift up the heels. See if you can walk your feet closer to the elbows and lift the left leg up. Keep your knee bent very deeply so the heel's close to the seat. Bend the toes back. Inhale, lift up off your heel. And come back down. So just try to press into your forearms so that they're taking most of the weight. And then just allow the right knee to come in towards the belly to propel the hips further over the elbows and the shoulders. Good. And then the other leg. Right foot comes up, close to the seat, bend the toes back, push into the arms, and just come right up onto your tippy toes, maybe the toenails. Good. You need to just drive your body forward. And then lower down again, lift the arms up off the mat, downward facing dog. Right leg swings up, downward facing scorpion, pull the heel towards the seat, look underneath the right arm. Left shoulder moves underneath. Open up a little bit more. Then raise, extend the leg fully again. Look to the hands, hips closed, and then take the foot forward between the hands. Back knee comes down, flatten out the toe. Inhale, come upright. Slide your hands behind your back and down onto the seat. Inhale, lift through the chest. Exhale, allow your head to drop back. Try to use your hands to form a nice smooth skin on the back of the body, no wrinkles at all. Those who are more advanced and flexible, the fingertips come down to the ground, raise the back foot up. Again, see if the foot will find the head. Then bring the left foot back down. Bring the body back upright, arms up. Asana. Work the shoulders. Keep the arms straight if you can. So if your arms are hugging the head, the arms will stay straighter. And then take the arms back. Open up through the chest. Practice according to your condition. Picture a crescent moon. Inhale, lift back up. Hands to the front knee and come upright. Right foot moves in. Straight line from the heel to the back of the knee. Sukha Virabhadrasana. Arms up to the side. Nice and long. And then stay long as you come into Sukha Trikonasana. Left hand up. Same variation as you did the first time. If you want to take a bind, go ahead. Otherwise, stay extended. And then option, if you like to go to Parsvakonasana, move forward to bring weight into the right foot so you can lift the knee up off the ground. Flatten out the toes. Make sure your hip is low, about the height of the knee. And then press the body back against the leg. If the bind is too difficult to maintain, just reach the left arm over the head or straight up. Just picture the shape that you're trying to find in your body and allow the breath to take you to the full extent that you can. Just do your best. And from here, we're circling the left hand down to the ground, hips and shoulders forward, left knee down. Inhale, come upright, bend the toes under on the back foot for balance. Left arm up, go into the twist. Left hand to the outside of the right knee. Look over the right shoulder. Push the knee towards the center line or to the left as you turn to the right. Or take, alternatively, the deeper version. If your hands are in Anjali Mudra, prayer mudra, and your body's down below the hand, your hands are by the shoulder, push a little bit more into the hands so that the chest comes up and it comes right behind the thumbs. Right shoulder moves back. Again, take whatever variation you did the first time. Whether it's a bind, whether it's the knee off the ground or a combination of. Just try to explore your comfortable edge. Lower the left knee back down. Come out of the pose. Sukha Virabhadrasana. Arms extended. Take the hands behind the back. Pull the hands down as you lift the heart. On an inhale, bring the head back. And then come forward. Humble warrior. To the left, so that the shoulder comes to the inside the knee. And try to get the forehead down to the ground beside the foot. Express complete surrender and humbleness in the pose. Inhale, come up halfway. Release the hands and bring the hands on the inside of the right foot. Bend the toes under on the left. And then start to rock back and forth, finding your way into lizard. Settling into the pose once your hips are as low as you're going to get. Consider, if you're very low to the ground already, your forearms down and maybe trying to get your chest flat. Just try to stay close to the ground as possible while extending at the same time. Keep the gaze fixed just like the lizard who doesn't blink. And then again, the variation of just slipping your arm in underneath the leg and in between your body and your thigh. Left arm goes over the back, bind the hands. Practice according to your condition. Be receptive to new experiences though. One more breath. Reach out through the top of the head, reach out through the left toes. And release from the pose. Come back onto the hands. Send the knees back together and into child's pose. Breathe in. Breathe out. Glide forward. Coming up into cobra. If you want, upward facing dog. Lift the hips and knees up off the ground. Drag your hips forward so they come between the hands a little bit more. Pressing into the tops of the feet and the hands. Allow the chest to rise up. Imagine you're howling at the moon. Back into downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. So come down if you like on your knees for a next demo for some variations for Vasisthasana side plank. All the ones that I showed before are valid, of course. If you need a modification, come onto the shin, come onto the forearm, whatever. Or if you want to go into wild thing, you move into Vasisthasana as before. Left hand comes to the right, keep your hips high. Make your way into side plank and then slide your right foot around. Push into the base of the toes and flip your hips and shoulders up. If you're really steady on your left hand and your left foot, make sure left foot's flat on the ground. Keep your hips high. Take the right knee up. If you're more flexible, take the toes. Okay? Or you just stay here. Go ahead. Into your variations on the left hand and left foot first. Just try it out. Visualize the body moving. You can just stay in regular side plank as well. Maybe drape your arm over the head to make a nice rainbow shape. Make sure you're not collapsing to the shoulder. Keep the arms extended. Now to come back, we push, spin on your left hand, smear it into the mat. Keep your hips high. We turn to downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, soften again. Align in the back. Take a moment to visualize what you're trying to do. Visualize the body moving into the pose. And then go ahead. Right hand slides to the left. Into side plank. Maybe into wild thing. Slide the left toes back. Try to keep your left foot, right foot flat on the ground. Either stay here or come into your variations with the left knee up and towards the chest. Holding it. Whoops. And maybe even taking the foot. Return. Push into your right hand. Keep your hips high. Return to downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Lower the forearms down onto the ground again. Lower the knees down. Come into child's pose for a moment. Breathe in. Exhale. Remove all fatigue. Take these moments to recharge the body. Come back into forearm table. Lift the seat up. Again, you can do the same thing as before. Lift the left leg up and just keep your toes on the ground and just try to get your right knee to come in towards the belly and propel your chest forward and your hips forward. If you want, you can really push into the arms and see if you can get more lift. Look beyond your fingers and see if you can get a little bit of bounce here. Maybe at some point you might be able to stay up. Keep your head forward, your gaze between, just beyond your fingertips. Keep your legs close to the body, legs bent. Coming back down, rest in child's pose for a moment. Then, if you have the energy, you do it again on the other side with the right leg up this time. Remember, you can do any variations. If you need something else, you can just come into dolphin. Bring your palms together, stay in your downward facing dog, and then come forward, flatten the body. Chin comes right roughly over the fingertips. Different options depending on your level of practice. If you're doing the dolphins, maybe do about 5. Nice and slow and controlled. Maybe one more. Breathe in, take the hips back. Breathe out, come forward. Once again, into child's pose. Relax on the exhale. Soften. Make your way back into downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Lift up the heels, bend the knees, keep your chest with your thighs. You can either jump forward to the space between your hands, or you can walk forward. So if you're jumping, keep your body, your gaze between your hands, keep your chest with your thighs, push into your hands, and land lightly between your hands. Keep your seat low about the level of the knees. Chair or a fierce pose. Reach the arms forward, sit, make it so you're sitting in a chair. Your seat's level with the knees. And then just pull your chest up off the thighs. Look up between the hands. Create heat in the lower body by really squeezing your inner legs together. Your mind is as calm as the eye of a storm. Settle into the pose. Fierce determination to stay strong, but completely calm in the mind. Inhale, come up all the way. Bring the hands back behind the body. Place your hands on the seat again. Walk your feet out. Toes can be just beyond the edges of the mat. So standing back bend here. Use the same motion as we did in the preparation for a crescent moon. You pull hands down. Bend your knees if you need to, so your knees are over the toes. And then inhale, lift the chest as you pull the seats down. Keep the lower back long. Exhale, allow the head to drop back. If you want, you can walk your hands down the backs of the legs. So you might be able to get your hands quite low, maybe right to the heels. Roll the thighs outwards, roll the shins inwards. Start to slide one hand at a time. If you're on the legs, back up. Find them back on the seat, pull down on the seat and push in and come back up. Walk your feet together. Hands together at the heart, breathe in, breathe out. At this point, Dharma would often say the warm-up is over. So now we come into the poses where we hold them a little bit longer and we just try to tap into the consciousness of the pose and find stillness. So let's try bouncing T-pose and maybe work into a few other variations from here. Starting at the back of the mat. Bring the left hand to rest in the right palm. Slide your left foot forward and hinge so the head's on the same line as the seat. Bend into that left knee. Push into the left foot and raise the right leg up. So the foot and the head are in the same line, like a T, the letter sheet, the letter. Imagine you're lying on a table. If you want to do toppling tree, interlace your fingers, lower your chest on the ground, bend the body a little bit further down, raise the right leg up. Pull the hands up off the back and then start to arch the back a little bit more. Push the chest forward, nice curve in the spine. Foot should be higher than the head. Come out of the pose, gracefully as you can. Come back to the back end of the mat. Take a moment, breathe in, breathe out, just drain the fatigue out of the body. Try it again on the other foot. Just picture your body moving in your mind. Do your best, have no judgment or no concern of what you're able to do or not. So the right foot comes forward, bend your right knee, and then lift the left leg up. Try to picture what your body looks like in your mind. Feel free to stay in this pose, your body level to the ground. If you need to at any point, just bring your fingertips down or take your arms out to the side if that's easier. Airplane. Toppling tree, interlace your fingers, bring your body down lower, keep your gaze very steady as you can, and then raise the left foot up, pull the arms up off the back, and then see if you can lift your chest a little bit. Arch the back. Come out of the pose, bend the right knee, left foot comes back down, step to the back end of the mat. Breathe in, breathe out. Good. So one more pose, ballet pose. Left foot is, I'm standing on left foot first. Plant the left foot firmly in the mat, raise the right knee up. Take it out to the side. You can keep it here if you need to. And take your left arm up for balance. Lean a little bit away from the leg, the right leg. If you want, slide your right hand down to the heel, hold at the heel, and bring the foot up. Try to get the toes and the fingers on at the same height. Lift up through the heart as you inhale. Good. Be strong and graceful like a ballerina. And then engage that right leg. If you can, you're going to let go of the heel, but try not to allow the foot to drop. So keep your leg nice and strong as you release. And keep the leg strong, the standing leg as well. Muscles engaged, so you bring your foot down. Take a moment to stand still in the pose, ground down through both feet, breathe in. Exhale again, drain the body of all the fatigue. Repeat on the other side. Feel free to hold the knee just bent like this. Or reach down for the heel. And then raise, extend the leg. With each inhale, lift up higher. Just imagine yourself being drawn up like a puppet through the top of the head with a string. And if you like, you can release the foot. Keep the leg strong. Try not to allow it to fall. Keep the legs strong, both legs strong. Bring it down. Try not to come down heavily with the foot. Breathe in, breathe out. Good. Just do your best. Remember, everything's just an offering. We offer up the best that we can without bringing pain to the body, because that's not what we want to offer up to anybody. So now we're going to come into a squat. Just press the knees away from each other with the elbows. Keep the body upright. Back is straight. From here, slide your left shoulder in. Lift your seat just as much as you need to bring your left arm underneath the leg so you can get almost all the arm underneath, and then fold the hand back onto your back. Right hand comes over the back. If your fingers find one another, take them. And then see if you can raise the right leg, the hip up so the leg straightens. Eventually, you might be able to get your left leg straight too, but don't worry about it if you can't. If you're more flexible, you can walk your left hand, take hold of the wrist and start to walk it up towards the elbow to restrict your motion a little bit and continue to just try to get movement against that restriction. If this is all too much, you can just stay sort of like in a half squat, press your forearm, left forearm into the left thigh, reach the right arm up, take it to the seat, and then just pull the seat up as best as you can. Keep your head low, your side body long. Coming back down. And then go to the other side. Starting off here if you like and staying here if you need to. Left arm up, take it to left side seat and just pull it up. And if you can, eventually get the right leg to straighten as well. Roll the left shoulder back. Keep the side body long, or you take the bind. Make sure your seat is low to the ground when you take the bind to make it a little bit easier to get into the bind. Eventually, imagine you're trying to wrap the whole back of the body right up against the leg. Left shoulder moves back. Walk your hand, if you like, up your right hand up your left arm towards the elbow. And release. Release the bind, come back into a squat. And down on the ground. Take your hands behind, lower your seat down. Take out your legs. Lean to the right so you can fold the left leg back. The foot is beside the hip. If this is not comfortable for your knee, you keep your left foot in front, your left knee in front, and your foot just underneath the right side of the seat. Okay, so I'll demonstrate this one first. Your thigh is straight. You bring the right knee in towards the shoulder. Bring the right foot out in line with the knee. If you're more flexible, Kralchasana, you can bring your legs straight up, shoulders back. Think of the long lines of a heron all throughout the body, and then just try to bring it into your pose. Imitate the heron in every way you can. Eventually, you try to bring the shin right against the forehead for those who have no hamstring limitations. And rebend the knee, lean back, and then place a foot on your left thigh. If it's close to the hip, it doesn't have far to go. You just slip your hip into the hip crease and you lower the knee. Don't force the knee. If it becomes uncomfortable, you feel a pulling, unpleasant pulling for sure, then you can take this variation with your foot on the inseam of the leg. Or if your knee is not too far from the ground, you place something underneath the knee so it's supported. If you have your lotus, you can take a bind. Body goes over the right leg. Snake the right arm around, roll the head and shoulder forward, and use the left hand if you need to bring the hand forward to take hold of the foot, or hold on to the shirt. Left hand to the outside of the right knee. Inhale, lift through the chest. Exhale, turn to look over the right shoulder. As you inhale, lift the body up higher than the arm behind you. If you don't have a bind, your hand is right behind the seat. And then you just open up to the right. Shoulders back, chest open. Make sure both sides of the seat are down. If your left side starts to creep up, see if you can gently encourage it to come back down. Both sides flat. more breath. Inhale, reach up, ground down heavily through the hips. Exhale, turn a little bit more. Allow the shoulders to follow the movement of the twist in the lower part of the body that you're trying to rotate. And coming back, we exhale. From here, we release. Lean towards the right, left foot comes back in front. Shake out the legs. Other side, right leg folds back, or take the modification. Just know your limitations and honor them. Treat your body like a temple. Bring the left knee up and towards the chest, the shoulder, and bring the left foot out in front. And then you can keep it here, keep the body lifted. Try to get your chest higher than the knee, like you're having a contest. Which one can stay higher and get higher? And raise the left leg up. Maybe see if you can bring it right to the nose or the forehead without hunching forward. Keep the shoulders back. We bend the leg, lean back again, place the foot in the appropriate position on the floor with the foot in the inseam or your half lotus. Make sure both sides of the seat can come down, support the knee as you need to. Go towards the left shoulder rolls all forward, and the arm goes behind the back and around. Alternatively, just place your hand right up against the seat in the center of the back. Inhale, lift through the chest. Exhale, start to turn. Feel as though the rotation is starting right at the base, like right at the hips, and then come up higher with each inhale. Go a little bit further with the exhale. Move with your breath. Shoulders follow along the movements of the hips. One more breath. Push the lower back in, and then go a little bit deeper into twist as your breath allows you to. And coming back slowly. Release. Take your legs out in front. Shake them out. Good. Go from here. Inversions now. Headstand. If you have a headstand practice, you know what you're doing, go ahead. I'll offer different suggestions for those who are not too familiar. So we'll do a couple different variations. First, you can do hare pose. Keep your forehead, or bring your forehead down close to the knees. Keep holding onto your heels, your ankles, and then lift up the seat until you feel yourself rolling onto the top of the head and your seat comes up. Imagine trying to push the belly button right through the lower back. Your seat is high. So stay in this pose or go into this pose if this is good. Alternatively, take your arms in front. Make sure you can hold the opposite elbows easily so your arms are shoulder height. Interlace your fingers and place the forehead down in front of the hands. Then when you lift up onto your seat, your hands are forming helmet for the back of the head. Walk your feet as close to the elbows as possible. Lift one leg up. Keep the heel again close to the seat. Again, just practice what we did before. Push down into the forearms and see if you can use your knee to push into your belly to get your hips a little bit further forward over your shoulders and your elbows. You don't even have to come off your toes. And then maybe switch onto the other foot. So go ahead, try it out according to your comfort level. Those of you in headstand, keep your gaze steady and inward. You can close your eyes if you feel comfortable. Concentrate on the space between the eyebrows. Leave the body alone. Learn to meditate in every pose. Eventually every pose becomes comfortable and steady. Again, that's when you're able to tap into the qualities of the pose and just embrace its consciousness. Okay, we're going to start to make our way down now. Those of you in headstands, try to come down softly and in control. Press into the arms, and then lower your body down, come into child's pose. Then coming back up, we'll try another variation. So for those of you who are more beginning this practice inversion, but still feel comfortable in just trying a couple of things, you can do tripod head teddy bear. Make sure your hands are not beside the head. Move them so you can see them in front of you, so your arms are like a right angle. Move forward, and you can just press them underneath the knees against the elbows. So your knees are sort of, and then from here you push into your hands, and see if you can lift one foot up off easily by pushing into the hands, and maybe the other foot, and maybe just kind of dance from foot to foot, one toe off at a time. And eventually you might be comfortable just stay in the pose. Keep pushing into your hands, and hence you distribute the weight evenly. If you're more advanced, you take your hands a little bit further away, you push into the fingertips, lift one leg up, and again, you can just play with just keeping your tiptoes on the ground if you like. Push through the leg that's behind you, push into the fingertips really hard, and control. Maybe you eventually hot potato with the ground. You just take your toes off the ground. Eventually, you find the balance. If you're pretty comfortable, you try to peel one finger off at a time. Just concentrate all your weight on the fingers that are still engaged and pressing into the ground. Eventually, you're just most of the weight's on the head and maybe on the fingernails of the index finger. Okay, let's give that a try. Practice mindfulness. Move in a controlled manner. Watch your body the whole time, like you're the witness, like you're the teacher watching the student. So you want to make sure that you stay safe and your student stays safe. So move accordingly. And don't fight your mind if your mind is not wanting to do it. Just wait for that opportunity to come. And there's lots of time to experiment. So let's finish off. For those who are trying to pose, come down. Gracefully. Rest in child's pose for a moment. Breathe in. Breathe out. Roll your way back up. Find your way onto your back. Lie on your back with your legs extended and your arms beside the body. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Just allow all fatigue to drain out of the body. Imagine you're fainting. Relax completely. Again, breathe in. Imagine you're bringing energy and light into the body through the pores of the skin. Exhale, just feel the whole body being filled with that energy. Feel recharged. Now bring your arms beside the body, legs together. Getting ready for shoulder stand. Raise the legs up 90 degrees. Push into the arms. See if you can get your seat up off the mat. And then lower down. Don't allow the seat to come down heavily and fast. Use your arms to control the descent. Come up a little bit higher the next time. And then lower down. 2 more times. Lifting up off more of the back each time. So by the end, the 4th one, you're pretty much just on your shoulders. And then lower down with control. Again, no big, fast, hard landings so as not to distract the mind. So if that was easy, if that was all good for you, lift up again. Take your hands to the back. Try to move your elbows behind the back as much as you can. Find a straight line from the toes to the chin. Those of you want to go into lotus, you can move your legs a little bit over the head. So if you need to, use your hands to place the feet in position. And try to bring your knees higher than your hips. If you need to modify, you don't have to have your legs straight. You can just come to the extent you can. Your elbows might not be completely behind the back. Just do what you can. If this is too much again, you just let your seat to rest sitting on your hands and your legs straight up. Either way, your heart's moving or heart's working harder, and it's a cardiovascular type of effect. So once you're in the pose, leave the body alone. Close the eyes, bring the attention to the space between the eyebrows. Picture whatever you want in that darkness. Perhaps it's a flower, perhaps it's an Om symbol. Practice. Keep your mind in one pointed focus. Then lower your legs down into halasana for those who have the straight legs. Your feet come over the head towards the ground. If they don't come all the way to the ground, keep supporting your back. If they do come to the ground, take your arms out. Make sure you keep your head straight. Don't turn your head. If you have lotus, you just bring your thighs onto your body. Just against the chest. If you want to wrap your arms around your legs in the embryo, you may. If your seat is on your hands and you're sitting on your hands, just stay in that same position. Nothing to do, nowhere to go but deeper within. Listen carefully. We're going to go into boat pose from here. So if you're in plow pose, you just allow your legs to slide back over your body. Bring your arms to the ground behind your back. And then you start to slide your legs down. If you're lotus, release your lotus first. Come down vertebra by vertebra. Once your seat finds its way down, push into the arms. Come to seat position. Try not to drop your legs so the feet come to the ground. If it's too difficult to keep your legs extended, you bend your knees. You can hold on to the backs of the knees if you like. Lift up through the chest, and if you can, you extend your arms. Again, you can keep your legs straight. Shoulders back, keep your back tall, lower back lifted. And breathe very fast like you're panting like a puppy, but through the nose. Release. Bring the feet down. From here, different option for fish pose. Cross your ankles, cross your shins, I should say. Take hold of your ankles so the heels come right just below the seat. Roll, tuck your chin in, roll onto your back, and from here you pull on the feet so that you can get your feet underneath you. Push into the elbows so your chest lifts, and then the knees come down. And then the top of the head comes down. That look too complicated or just not accessible? Just straighten your legs, lift one side of the seat, move your arm underneath, sit on your hand, and do the same on the other side. So your arms are underneath the body. Lift up the chest as much as you can and bring the top of the head to the ground. Okay, so different options. Once you're in the pose, Bhastrika breath again. Don't you know flying fish? Go ahead, raise your legs up 12 inches, and then bring your hands in front of your legs with your hands together, parallel to the legs. Break the pose. Bring the legs down and take your weight into your arms so you can lift the head. Lie on the back. Breathe in. Exhale. Just allow all the fatigue to drain out of the body again. Breathe in through the skin. Light and energy. And breathe all that energy out to every part of the body. Feel recharged. Slide your feet in towards the seat. Edges the feet in line with the hips. Urdhva Dhanurasana, wheel pose or half wheel. I'll demonstrate these first and I'll offer modifications for others. Bring your fingertips on either side of the head, close to the thumb is in line with the ears. Lift the seat up off the ground. Push into the fingertips hard so you can slide your head back and land on the top of the head. Then you turn your hands around, fingers facing towards the feet, fingers turned out a little bit so your elbows don't bow out to the side. You can stay here. Actually, let's all stay there for the time being. Okay, so go into that pose if you want to try that, if you have no shoulder limitations. If it's too much, you just come into bridge. So keep your feet the same, your arms beside the body, and you lift up your hips. Tuck the shoulders underneath so the arms are underneath the body. Interlace the fingers and press the edges of your hands down. Try to get your chest to the chin. Your knees should be over the heels, back of the knees and heels in one line. Now, if you're on the top of the head, see if you can push into the hands. On a count of 3, lift your head up off the ground. 1, 2, 3. Lift up if you can. And then lift up your heels and just rock back and forth. Or stay still. You rock back and forth, try to get your chest forward. If you're more flexible, you walk your feet in, your hands in towards your feet. And try to get your arms and your legs straight. And now be strong and fortified in the pose. Try to stay a little bit longer. If you know other variations, more advanced practitioners, go ahead. Lift a leg, lift the other leg, lift one arm, lift the other arm, whatever you like to do. At any point, if you need to come down, just come down. Now, come down. Rest for a moment. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let's do this one more time. Any variation of back bend you like through the wheel family or the bridge or whatever else you like to do. So make an expression of love and offering in your pose. Do your best and then just try to stay firm and supreme and steady in the pose. More advanced practitioners, like I said, explore. Maybe you can take the right hand off and bring it onto the right thigh. And then repeat the course with the other hand. If you want to just try to come to standing, you can. Other things that you know, drop backs or whatever. Try for another 10 to 15 seconds, hold there if you're in the pose. And then start to make your way down. Relax. Breathe in. Breathe out. All fatigue. Relax completely. Now if your legs still bent, your feet flat on the ground, bring the right leg up, hold the ankle, and then bring the right knee right onto the right shoulder. From here, just start to pull on the foot a little bit so it comes towards the head. And if you can, you extend your left leg straight. Keep pulling on the leg. You're very flexible. You can see if you can get your, if you want, you can just allow your leg to slip right beside your body, beside your head, so the foot comes beside the ear. And try to bring your foot on the ground while extending the left leg straight out. So it's like infinity pose, sort of. Now from here, we're going to roll onto our left edge. So place your left arm down and just roll so that you're on the left edge. So hold on to the foot, bring your left arm out and just support your head. You're on the left edge of the body and you can raise your leg up. Okay, if you're more flexible, you take your shoulder in front of the leg,
You take hold of the heel, you try to bring your leg up a little bit behind the shoulder. And then maybe you can pull your foot from behind the head and try to get it close to the ground. Remember, take your modifications as you need. Now we're going to release the right leg, float it so it's about 12 inches off the mat, and bring the other foot up to meet it. Bring the left arm out, the right arm beside, over top of it, and so you can lift your left arm up off the mat. Float on the edge of the body. Try not to rock forward, try to keep your body straight. And lower back down and flop onto your back. Breathe in. Exhale, relax. Other leg. Slide your right foot in to start if you'd like. Keep it there the whole time if you like. Take the left leg up, hold at the ankle, and bring the knee onto the chest. Close to the left shoulder. And then start to pull at the foot, trying to get it a little bit straighter. Your attention is like a magnet, so take your attention to the back of the leg, wherever you feel the tightness. And imagine all the prana, all the vital force going there to release that. If you want to extend the right leg, if you're more flexible, try to take the foot down all the way to the ground, beside your head. It's not exactly the same pose, but it's an option. From here, we're going to come back up a little bit, and we're going to turn onto our right side. So let's do it the other way, so not facing away. So allow the head to rest in your right hand. Lift up the leg and just do what you can. Okay, so holding from behind like so, and just try to get the leg straighter and up as high as you can without creating too much wrinkles in the left side by, or taking your left shoulder in front, holding at the heel. And then again, bring it a little bit so that you can reach from behind the head and take hold of the foot and try to get the toes to come towards the ground behind the head. Keeping the right leg straight. Move according to your condition. Remember, don't go to a place of pain. That's not what we're trying to offer up. Offer the best experience that you can. Come to your edge, comfortable edge. Good. Then carefully release the foot, bend the knee. If you need to, extend the leg straight out about 12 inches and then raise the right leg up off the ground. Slide your right arm out straight and then bring the left arm over on top, parallel, and then try to pick up the right arm up off the mat, the shoulder. Try to keep in a straight line. Find a balance, find the core stability. And then lower down, roll onto your back again. Breathe in, breathe out all fatigue. Again, breathe in through the skin. Breathe out all fatigue. Arms over the head, come to seat position. If you need to roll onto your side, do so. Come up. Good. So Paschimottanasana now. Bend your knees. You're trying to have the same motion as you did in the standing version. You're pulling your chest forward, so you're trying to get your chest beyond the knees. If you need to, keep your knees bent so you can keep your body to the legs, against the legs. If you're more flexible and are able to keep your chest and your belly on your thighs, straighten your legs and continue to pull yourself forward. Make sure your shoulders go right up and jab your neck up. Keep your shoulders back and pull forward. Imagine trying to get the top of the head to rest right against the feet. Take your attention to the base of the spine and imagine as you inhale, your spine is going ever longer. Exhale, pour more weight into the legs. widen across the upper back. Inhale, come up. From here, lean to the left a little bit, rock over onto your left side, and then bring the right leg around. So for those who are very flexible, and be careful when you do this, Dharma just kind of swings around into splits. So he leans and then he swings the leg back and he comes right into splits. That's not for everybody, right? So if you need to, you just bend your knee, you lift up your hip, your seat, and you come into Ardha Hanumanasana first. And you can stay there if this is where your limit is. If you're able to, you move into the split slowly. Bend the toes under the right foot, bring your hips forward, and then start to slide your left foot forward. Push evenly through both heels. Try not to allow the left hip to come far forward to the other one. Keep your hips even. Try to keep your hands close to your hips as well, so your shoulders stay over the hips. Okay? If your legs come down all the way, or you have good balance and you can charge a leg or have a block underneath your thigh, you can raise your arms up. Nice variation, cross the wrists and bring the arms back behind the ears. Just like you're flying over, like into the sky, over the world, just like Hanuman did. Lift up the chest. Inhale, come back. Exhale, come forward. Push into your hands. Slide your left foot back. Go onto the other leg. Reset the shoulders. Remember, stay in this variation if this is where you're at. If you're able to, go into the pose, or you're very advanced, just take your own entry into the pose, as you probably know different ways of doing it. So go ahead and explore your creativity. Try to have your hips even. And then if you like, arms up, cross your wrists the other way, other hand in. Good. Each inhale, lift yourself up higher. Lift out of the hips. Point the toes. Coming back, release the hands. Good. From here, lean towards the right and bring the left leg in front. Purvottanasana or bench pose. I'll demonstrate Purvottanasana first. Bring your hands behind your back, fingers facing in. If your wrists are strong, otherwise, if you're feeling a little taxed, you can bring your fingers to face back. Slide your heels back a little bit. And then just allow your belly button to fall towards the back of the body. Your shoulders come forward, widen the upper back. And then lift up the hips. Try to get your toes on the ground by rolling the thighs in. Chest is higher than the shoulders and bring the head back. If that's too much, bench pose. Just bring your heels underneath the knees. Lift up your hips so that you look like a bench. Your hips are in the same line as the knees and the shoulders. Again, bring your head back if it's comfortable. Now, Bhastrika breath. Lower the seat down. Wrap your arms around the legs. You can give yourself a big hug. Take a deep breath in. Suspend the breath for a moment. Squeeze the root muscles. Squeeze the chin onto the chest. Lift the chest up. Watch the space in your eyebrows. Slowly now exhale. Again, like you're reverse drinking out of a straw. Allow all the tension to melt away. Bring your feet a little bit further forward. Right hand behind the back, just against the middle of the seat. Left arm up, And then push the forearm into the right thigh. Left forearm into right thigh. Push the knees towards beyond the left edge of the body. Keep your lower back lifted, using the right arm to support. Look over the right shoulder. Try to get your chest and your shoulders in the same line as the long edge of the mat. Make sure your left knee doesn't drop away from the right. Keep your knees together. If you have any more juice left, slide your elbow down, lift up your seat from the ground, place your left hand down, side crow. So hinge forward, your body's level with the ground, from the hips to the head, and then sit on your left arm, back of the arm. You want to extend your legs, go into vinyasa if you want, push into your hands, lots of different options, okay? Or you can skip that and stay in the twist. Give you a few moments to try that. Come back down, other side. Left arm, make sure you're not leaning back. If your hand's too far away from the body, your body will lean back. Bring your hand right up against the seat so the back stays upright. Right arm up, and press the forearm against the left thigh. Move your knees beyond the right edge of the body, and then turn to look over your left shoulder. And again, if you want, come into the side crow. So place your left hand just behind the seat, fingers facing towards the long edge of the mat. Lift up your seat. Make sure you move your arm down so that the elbow's close to the seat, so your knee's not too close to the shoulder. It's just going to slip off. Plant your hand, and then bend your arms so that they form a shelf for your legs to sit on. Keep your head forward, your hips at the height, same height. Extend your legs or press into your hands. Kondinyasana, take the right leg up. Different things you can do, including staying in the twist. Now come out of the pose, prepare for Shavasana. So we're doing Yoga Nidra. Now for this, it's an extended Shavasana, staying there for about 20 minutes or so. So you try to make yourself come into position that allows you to stay completely still if you can for 20 minutes. So use whatever props you need. Don't make yourself so comfortable that you fall asleep, but make sure that your wrists are loose and the backs of knees are supporting your ankles, your wrist joints, so that they're not digging into the ground. And if you have blankets, if you need blankets, make sure you're not binding your feet and your hands too tightly. Allow them to be loose underneath the blanket. So you're just imagining, Dharma likes to use the analogy of a computer that you're trying to make go to sleep. If you touch the mouse, you're going to fire up it's going to go active again. All the applications are going to fire up, the screen's going to go bright. You want to eventually come to the mode where everything shuts down and the screen goes black, goes to sleep. So we're going to systematically relax the body, one body part at a time. And so if you've already relaxed one side of the body and you need to scratch or something, try to use the other hand if it's possible, so you don't undo everything. We just try to make it so that we allow ourselves to slip into a place where you lose consciousness of the body altogether. So now that you're on your back and ready, close your eyes. This is an active form of meditation. Repeat to yourself 3 times mentally the following sentence: I will remain awake. Now repeat to yourself the following sentence 3 times in your head. I will remain awake and alert during the instructions.
Now relaxation on the right side of the body begins. Bring all your attention to the right thumb. Nothing exists except for the thumb. Suggest to it to relax. Go limp. Index finger of the right hand. Allow it to be loose, dead-like. Middle finger. Ring finger. Baby finger. All the fingers now loose and limp. Back of the hand heavy on the mat. Palm of the hand soft. Wrist loose. Then the lower arm. Feel it become heavy. Relaxed. Elbow joint. No tightness there. Upper arm. Feel the weight. The arm feel weighted and heavy. And moving into the shoulder joint now. The front of the shoulder. The whole head of the shoulder. And into the back. Now like ink coloring the water slowly. Feel the heaviness start to seep in gradually into the shoulder blade region, spreading across the shoulder blade all the way down to the tip near the lower back. Feel the heaviness descend down the lower back along the left side, the right side of the body as well, into the hip joint. Front of the hip, outside, and the seat. Everything in the pelvis region, extremely heavy. The right thigh becoming like lead. Right knee joint as well. Completely limp, allowing the heaviness to pass through it into the lower right leg. Creeping down into the ankle joint now. And into the heel. Moving into the bottom of the foot and the top of the foot. Feeling that foot becoming completely loose and relaxed and limp. Big toe. And then the second, third, fourth, and fifth. Everything along the right side of the body, heavy, dead-like. Remain awake. Moving now to the left side of the body, starting off exactly the same. Bring the attention to the left thumb. Nothing else exists. All the attention on the thumb so as to relax it completely. The index finger next. middle finger, fourth, and fifth. Back of the hand now. The finger is loose and limp. The heaviness moves into the back of the hand. The palm of the hand, soft and free of tension. The wrist, loose. Feel now the heaviness moving into the lower left arm. Up into the elbow. For the elbow again is like a dead joint, inactive. The left upper arm now, feeling it become heavy as well. Into the shoulder joint now. Front of the shoulder. The whole head of the shoulder around the top of the arm, outside the arm, and into the back of the shoulder. Once again, allowing the whole left shoulder blade region to fill up with heaviness. Just feeling it just creep down all the way, consuming it. Right till you get to the hip joint. And then the heaviness descends down the side, left side of the body as well. Into the pelvis region, front of the hip, outside, and then to the seat. Everything becoming so heavy, becomes harder and harder to visualize yourself ever moving again. Into the left thigh, feeling very leaden indeed. Passing now into the left knee joint and into the lower leg. Heaviness coming with it, all of it, just continuing to come and spread itself out. Now into the left ankle joint. To the heel and the bottom of the foot, which becomes soft, no tension. The top part of the foot as well. Into the big toe, second toe, middle, fourth, and fifth. Whole foot is relaxed, as is the rest of the left side of the body. Right side of the right lung and right side of the rib cage. Feeling the heaviness of the lungs just sag with that heaviness. Like it was made of cement. Left side as well. Left lung, heavy. Just pressing against the rib cage. Feeling so weighted. Now the organs within. Suggest them to slow down their activity till they're practically at a standstill. The heart, the stomach, diaphragm, liver, kidneys, pancreas, large intestine, and the small as well. Colon. Everything becomes quiet and still. Back of the head pressing heavily into the mat. Scalp is relaxed, soft. Forehead free of any signs of tension, no wrinkles in the forehead, everything completely smooth and relaxed. Right eyebrow and the left eyebrow. Right eyelid, and behind the eyelid, the eye itself, just staring into the back of the eyelid, and then the left as well. Left eyelid heavy, and the eye is relaxed, no strain whatsoever. From the bridge of the nose all the way to the tip, right nostril and left nostril. Nostrils are inactive. Right cheek and the left cheek. Soft. The mouth, the lips, soft. Maybe in a hint of a smile. And the teeth are relaxed. Tongue resting in its bed softly. No tension in the jaw. No grinding of teeth. The chin relaxed, as is the throat as you move your attention to it. Relaxed, no tightness. Moving your way along the neck, all around, along the sides to the back of the neck, and the shoulders, collarbone region, relaxed. Along the right side of the jaw, all the way up to the ear, that line is relaxed. Same with the left side. Right ear and the left. Remain awake and alert. Now the right ear and the left ear are relaxed, and the brain also slowed down in its activity. The body heavy now. Feel it becoming even heavier. So you had a great big weight resting on top of it, pressing down, making it descend even further down into heaviness. And gradually start to feel that weight, the imaginary weight lifting off bit by bit. And as that imaginary weight lifts, so does the only heaviness in your own body start to come away as well. Imagine yourself floating, becoming light and lighter, like a feather that could be blown anywhere by the wind. Light enough to practically just be completely undetectable. picture now a newborn child, a baby. Get into your mind the image of that sweet little being, pink and new, completely innocent, sleeping peacefully, without a care in the world. The picture of perfect peacefulness and innocence. Symbol of spring, of new life, new awakenings, new beginnings. And now picture maybe someone you know, an elderly person, your grandparent or whatever may be, or a friend. Picture their face. Perhaps they have many wrinkles. Perhaps they're a little bit shortened or bent down from the age and loss of mobility. But in spite of all these characteristics, these physical characteristics that show the age, their eyes are bright, their mind is still active and full of wisdom from all the knowledge that they gained from all their experiences. That they can share with you and leave with the world, so that you can take it and expand upon it yourself, and just keep on evolving society and humankind. The more knowledge we have, the more tools we have to be able to rid ourselves or be unaffected by suffering and pain. Self-realization, after all, is like a dawning, it's like a revelation, some wisdom that helps us in some way. To help improve our lives and ideally the lives of others. We're all connected to one another. We're all moving in the same, or trying to move in the same direction, to move in a place of harmony and peace and love, unconditional love for all beings. Now repeat to yourself the following sentence 3 times mentally. My compassion is extending to all beings. Keep that intention in your heart through the practice of yoga, through the practice of asana even, to imitate those life forms, to try to get into those shoes. We develop a higher sense of compassion with each passing practice. Keep on growing that compassion. Prepare now, slowly, to come back, reconnect with the body, feeling it awaken bit by bit. Be conscious first of the breath, And start to move your attention to other areas of the body, feeling the life come back into them. The fingers, the toes, everything's starting to come back into your awareness. The trunk of the body, the legs, the arms, the organs within that animate, and the forces that animate the body. With the utmost gentleness and mindfulness and reverence, prepare to come back from Shavasana, back into a seated position. Do so in a quiet and mindful way. Remember, your body is a vehicle to exercise and bring compassion out into the world. So treat it with all the loving kindness that you can. And once you're in a seated position, sit tall and supreme. It is recommended to observe silence after doing Yoga Nidra to allow the effects to further integrate into the body, and to make this even more powerful, this technique of just purifying the nadis and psychic receptors. You must keep an observance of ahimsa, that is to say compassion, and all the other ethical rules. This is what opens up the channels to allow them to be fully receptive to all your desires and all your goals. So think about ways where you can bring about that compassion into your own life and to others, including perhaps the food that you put into your body. Consuming in a way that doesn't bring harm or pain or suffering to any other beings, or to bring about waste that would otherwise be felt by other societies that don't have much. Just picture the heart space within growing infinitely large. And within that space, hold everybody and everything close to you as possible. Share the love. Extend it to all beings. But we can all use it now. Close with Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Instill the peace within and project it to all beings. You can do it softly or not at all, actually, to keep an observance of the muna, that silence. This concludes our practice. Thank you very much for joining. And I thank my teacher, Sri Dharma Mittra, and all the mentors and all the family who have given me this knowledge that I can impart to you as well. Namaste. Have a great day, and if you're free at 5 o'clock, come back for a spiritual spiritual teachings and Kirtan, which is a very uplifting practice. And you don't need any special skills for it. You just need a voice and the receptiveness to sing and sing. Have a great day. Thank you so much. Look out for the link that I'll post later so that you can look at this later on if you missed it or want to watch it again.